Today on America's Test Kitchen, Bridget and Julia make show-stopping yeasted donuts. Jack challenges Julia and Bridget to a head-to-head tasting of vegan chocolate ice cream. And Becky makes Bridget banana muffins with coconut and macadamia. It's all coming up right here on America's Test Kitchen.
Today is a day I've been waiting for a very long time because my dear friend and donut connoisseur is about to make me a big batch of homemade yeasted donuts.
You know it. Now, you know we have traveled for how many years together, and I'm always searching out good donuts. And I've made so many donuts over the years, commercially and also at home, and they always lead to disappointment. Yeasted donuts sometimes are just so heavy and bready, and we want really light, ethereal, pillowy donuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's a texture thing.
It is a texture thing. Okay. We want them to be tender and delicious enough that we keep piling them in our mouth.
Gotcha.
All right. So the first thing that a lot of recipes go wrong is they start with the bread dough. Bread dough makes bready donuts.
Hello.
Yeah. And then one of the problems is they use bread flour. We're starting off with all-purpose flour. So it's a little bit softer, a little bit less protein. So this is 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. That's 22.5 ounces. And we're going to add some sugar. I've got a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Sugar is going to help with the tenderness and the softness of the donut. And I've got a teaspoon of instant yeast. All right, just giving this a quick mix by hand just to break up the flour there, incorporate everything. And now a little liquid. Now this is 1.5 cups of milk and just 1 egg. This is a large egg. So I'm going to give this a mix just by hand, giving it a little head start here for the mixer. All right, got the dough hook on. Lock it in place. We're gonna mix this on medium-low, really until it just becomes a kind of homogeneous mass. That's gonna take only 2 minutes at medium-low speed. All right, cohesive. So we're gonna leave this there. Thank you if you wouldn't mind handing me that bit of plastic wrap. And I just actually go ahead and I wrap it right around.
I do the same thing.
The beater and everything. And we're gonna leave this for about 20 minutes. We want a little bit of gluten development to start here. Now these are not gonna be tough donuts, so we're gonna keep that gluten development to a minimum.
Okie doke.
So 20 minutes. All right, so now I want to add the salt. Salt competes with the flour for the moisture in there, and that's why we waited to add the salt. That's 1.5 teaspoons of table salt. Now we're gonna let the mixer run on medium-low. We wanna give the salt time to incorporate. So about 5, maybe 7 minutes. And it's going to start to look a little elasticy.
Okay.
That's a real word. Starting to look like a pretty little dough in there. All right, so that was 5 minutes. Let the salt incorporate, and now we're gonna add butter. This is 8 tablespoons, just 1 stick of unsalted butter, cut into these smaller pieces here, and these are slightly softened. We're gonna work this into the dough as the mixer's running. So I'm gonna put this back on medium-low. Gradually add the butter, a few pieces at a time, and then we're gonna let the mixer run for another 7 to 13 minutes. Oh, what a difference.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, what a difference. This only went 7 minutes and it came together.
Oh, it's so soft.
Yeah, check this out. It's really stretchy and elastic. Okay, that is great. And it cleared the sides of the bowl. So we can get this dough out of there. All right, the bowl is greased, a little bit of vegetable oil spray. I'm gonna flip it over just to make sure it's all greased. And then I'm going to shape it into kind of a rough ball here. Don't need to knead it on the countertop. So now, a little bit of plastic wrap there. So we're gonna put this into the fridge. And you wanna leave it in the fridge for at least overnight, up to 48 hours in advance. It's going to help to firm up this dough later on. It's gonna be so easy to stamp out our donuts. So, hour on the counter and then into the fridge. The dough is well chilled. All right.
May I?
Please do.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's really firm.
That's a sturdy dough. It's gonna be so much easier to roll out and stamp into donuts. All right, but sometimes it needs a little coaxing to get out of this bowl. So just using a bowl scraper here. A little bit of flour. And the great thing about this is pushing in it is a really good thing. We wanna get rid of any big air bubbles here. So I'm just gonna start to mold this into a square, about an 8-inch square. All right, so now, looking pretty good. I am going to just lightly dust the top here and get out my rolling pin And I'm gonna roll this out to about 10 by 13 inch rectangle. And this is just a really forgiving dough.
Look at that.
It's not snapping back at me. And I am working from the middle out. And
Look how smooth that is.
And you can really handle this dough. You couldn't do this with a warm dough. So I'm looking for a 10 by 13 inch rectangle, and it should be about a 1/2 inch thick. All right, let's check this out.
10.
All right, we got 13 this way. So it's time to start stamping. I've got a 3-inch biscuit cutter here. So I just want to make sure that I get 12 donuts out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them all, spacing them pretty close together. That's 12 of the 3-inch rounds, and now I've got another tiny little biscuit cutters. This is a 1-inch biscuit cutter right in the center. Let me get the donuts onto a rimmed baking sheet. We've lined it with parchment and then sprayed it with vegetable oil spray.
Beautiful.
Lovely. But we can't forget our little donut hole plugs. So, all right, that looks great. Now these need to rise a little bit by about 50%. So we are going to put these in the oven. The oven is turned off. We're going to use it as a proofing box. So I've got a little bit of hot water. So I'm going to need you to take that to the oven. You're going to pour a cup of water into a loaf pan that I've already placed in there. I'm going to close the door and we're going to leave these in there again until they've risen by about 50%. That's going to take anywhere from 45 minutes up to an hour. All right, so our donuts are out of the oven. I just want to give it a knuckle test. That's where you just press gently with your knuckle, just like that, and it should slowly spring back.
Okay.
All right, these are proofed beautifully. So I've got 2 quarts of vegetable oil, and this has been heating to 360 degrees. It's a good idea anytime that you're frying that you want to heat the oil really gently. I'm going to use 2 hands here and just softly lower them into the fat. And you can see that it's just a really lovely simmer here.
Yeah.
Just want to know where your fingers are, of course. All right, so I'll get all 4 in here. So we're going to cook these on this first side, and we want to maintain an oil temperature between 350 and 365.
Okay.
All right, so it's been about a minute. I'm going to peek under the first one I put in. Oh, that's a nice
Beautiful.
a tan color there. And I'm just using a skimmer to flip these over. I'm going to show you another trick. Oh, gorgeous. All right. Now, when I was making donuts commercially, they had donut sticks. These are just little chopsticks. I use them at home when I'm making donuts. They're great for flipping. So just about a minute on that second side. All right, let's take a look on that second side. You see that beautiful second side?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
All right, I'm going to flip it over so you can see how gorgeous that is. That's a good color there. Let's get these out of the oil. These are going on a triple layer of paper towels that we put over a rack, over a rimmed baking sheet. The paper towels do a great job of wicking away all of that extra grease. And now I am going to let the oil come back up to temp. Again, we're looking for about 360, and we're going to fry the rest of the donuts.
Okay.
What do you think of my donut shop?
I think I really want to eat these right away.
I know, but they're going to get even better with a beautiful glaze. Now, these were cool for about 5 minutes. They're safe to handle.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, they're like feather light
Oh,
already.
if I touch them, they're mine, right?
I like the way you think. Now, for some of these, we're going to coat them with a pretty classic glaze. And I've got here 3 1/4 cups of confectioner's sugar. I've got a 1/2 cup of hot water.
Okay.
I love this little trick. The hot water just melts that sugar right away.
Oh,
so
that's fun.
you don't get any of that graininess. And this is just a pinch of salt. We'll whisk this together. And you can see it's a very, very loose glaze.
It is.
That is absolutely by design. We're going to glaze 4 of these with our plain glaze here. I'm just going to add the donut right in. And for the plain glaze, I like to get these back out. You can use your fingers and just flip them over. But then I do this to make sure that every last little bit is covered with
Even
glaze.
the midriff.
That's exactly right.
You've definitely done this a time or two.
We're going to leave these on our wire rack. This is just set over a rim baking sheet to catch any sugar.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
The smell of a warm donut going in glaze. Wow.
It's almost like caramel.
Yeah.
Just move this over there. You like this method though?
I do.
We've got some gorgeous glazes here. We're gonna glaze 4 of these with a chocolate glaze, and we've got a raspberry glaze
Oh.
here. Yeah, we've got so many other kinds of glazes and even fillings on our website, so people can go check that out. But what would you like to glaze first?
I'm going to glaze chocolate.
All right.
All right, show me how to do it.
Pick them up, dip them halfway in.
Okay.
just to the midriff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And then let some of that excess drip down. Look at that.
Ah, that was fun.
Expertly done. I'm going to show you our beautiful raspberry glaze. Same thing. There we go.
Oh, that is sweet.
Pretty in pink. If you would join me here. Just a little sprinkle. I like to still be able to see the glaze underneath.
Oh, the sprinkles are fun.
These need to set up. That glaze needs to harden a little bit. It'll get nice and matte. And that's going to take anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then we can eat them.
Yay. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Years, in fact, you've been talking about making me donuts.
I know. Let's eat them.
Okay. The hard choice is choosing which one.
Now, here's the good news. You don't have to choose one.
I was just thinking, I'm just going to have one of each.
Classic glazed.
Oh my goodness. That is so fluffy inside. This is pillowy. Let's see how this one tastes.
That tastes like a donut and a tall glass of chocolate milk.
Grand finale, little sprinkle. It tastes like fresh raspberries have been pulped down and just lightly glazed over the top of the donut. That's incredible.
Yeah, this is a real raspberry one.
Bridget, these donuts are magnificent.
It's worth the wait.
It was, thank you.
You bet.
So there you have it. If you want to make the ultimate homemade donuts, make an enriched yeast dough with milk and butter and let it rise overnight in the fridge. Gently roll out the dough, then cut out both donuts and donut holes and fry them in hot oil before coating with glaze. From America's Test Kitchen, a killer recipe for yeasted donuts. These are just the best donuts I've ever had.
Kind of amazing. We're gonna need a bigger plate.
Love what you're watching? Take your cooking to the next level with our Essential membership. Get instant access to thousands of recipes, tips, techniques, product reviews, and step-by-step videos. Our Members app allows you to search by ingredient, set dietary preferences, and save your favorite recipes. For those looking to level up, our newest feature, ATK Classes, offers more in-depth instruction led by ATK experts so you can gain greater confidence in the kitchen. Start your free trial by visiting the App Store or going to americastestkitchen.com/YouTube today.
Bridget, Julia, I have good news and I have bad news. We're going to start with the good news. Chocolate ice cream.
Yes.
Gorgeous so far.
Vegan chocolate ice cream.
Interesting twist there, Jack.
Yeah, well, we know that Bridget's a bit of a purist, so we're going to see how she does on this one.
Well, I'm not anti-vegan ice cream. It has ice and cream.
All right, so dig in. Let's start by talking about ingredients you don't want in any ice cream. That would be bananas, apples, and avocado.
Right.
Those all were ingredients and brands we did not like. Coconut, that is a good addition. And you're going to notice that some of these might have a light coconut flavor. So big difference here in texture. Some of them are quite hard, icy. And basically, if it's got low sugar and low fat, it's going to be almost impossible to get it out of the container. The best brands, the ones that we really liked, as you might imagine, had more sugar and more fat, which makes them more delicious and more creamy. Some of them have little bits and pieces of chocolate. Think of those as bonus. The base ice cream must be chocolatey. Best brands had a lot of cocoa, and one of the co-winners, there are two brands that we liked, had cocoa and Belgian chocolate. Anything that you're immediately reacting to?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to make Bridget go first. Is there anything that you're liking on the table?
Yes, there's actually quite a bit I'm liking here.
Okay.
Yeah, well, this is getting close to how I actually enjoy eating my ice cream. It's getting very nice and soft. So I do like the texture here. It seems like a pleasant ice cream.
Okay.
Just say that. This one, it's a little crystallized and really not full of chocolate flavor.
Okay.
This one is big chocolate flavor. It's actually quite sweet for me. Lots of coconut in there. It tastes like a Mounds bar. And then this one, it's fine, but it has almost like a molassesy flavor to it that I'm not quite sure about.
Okay. All right.
yeah.
That was very nuanced. What do you think?
This number 2 is so coconutty. It overshadows the chocolate by a long way, but I actually enjoy that. So I think it's a lovely ice cream. Number 4, if I was on a hot day and I was enjoying this, I would not even know that it was vegan ice cream. It is very creamy. It reminds me of a sort of a Haagen-Dazs-y milk chocolate sort of ice cream, and I love that.
Soft serve.
Yeah. Number 3 is a little bit offensive to me because it tastes like protein powder that I put in my morning smoothies. Has that grainy bit, has that after flavor. That's not really dessert to me. Number 1, I enjoy all those fudgy bits in there, those brownie bits. They're lovely. On a hot day, I would love it.
All right, I want you to rank them 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which was your favorite, and then go on down the line.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so you're 4.
4 is 1, 1 is 2.
4.
Okay.
Then 2. Then, yeah, just I can't. I would have to say 3 and then 4.
We
Okay.
both picked number 1 is 4, and the worst one is number 3.
I guess we could start with what you didn't like.
Yeah.
How about that? So I think number 3 is the one that got the sort of least enthusiasm. And you agreed with the tasting panel. This is Arctic Zero. It's got very little fat, very little sugar, and not a lot going on for it. It's rock hard. I mean, we had to take this out of the freezer a while ago to soften it up to get you a scoop. Least favorite, because we're going to go from worst to best.
For me, it was 1, but I think for Julia, it was 2.
These two are both, I love the coconut flavor, but I know that's not good for chocolate ice cream.
So this was the Jenny's. This has got Texas sheet cake, so bits of chocolate cake in it. It has coconut cream. So all those coconut notes, they're there, and you were picking them up.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I mean,
That was
you
my
ha-
number 2.
Yeah, you got to like coconut, but it's got good chocolate and good coconut. This was the other co-winner. This is Haagen-Dazs. This is the one that's got cocoa and chocolate in it. And that was number 1.
So these two are the winners, the co-winners.
Yeah, so
This is what I'm understanding you're saying, correct?
so
This guy all the way down here.
you pick up the bag on number 4.
Oh, you sucker. You put real ice cream in there, didn't you?
This is our winning chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
I thought I could fool at least one of you. Congratulations, Bridget.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Julia. Well done. You did not fall for my trick, but I must say you liked both of the co-winners. The Jenny's dairy-free Texas sheet cake is a very good vegan ice cream, as is our co-winner, the Haagen-Dazs non-dairy chocolate salted fudge truffle. More words makes it more delicious.
I still think I won.
I know you do.
Love our in-depth reviews? Get the latest from our reviews team delivered straight to your inbox. Our well-equipped cook newsletter provides top product picks, no-nonsense buying guides, and must-try recipes. No extra fluff, just the smartest ways to shop, save, and cook. Sign up for free now at americastestkitchen.com/newsletter.
I love a recipe that takes an ingredient that you might otherwise throw away, like really almost overripe bananas, and turns it into something special, like banana bread. Now, Becky's here, and she's going to show us how to take bananas and turn them into muffins that might even be better than bread.
You know, the batter for a dozen muffins comes together just as quickly as the batter for a loaf of quick bread, but muffins only take about 20 minutes to bake. To make great banana muffins, you of course need a great recipe. We wanted stately ones with potent banana flavor. We packed as much bananas as we could into this recipe. We have 1.25 pounds here, 4 bananas. That's a lot of bananas.
Yeah.
And you can see the bananas here, they're nearly black, and this is exactly the way that we want them. If you use underripe bananas for this, your muffins will be dry, and they won't have nearly as much banana flavor. You can also use frozen bananas. When my bananas are like this, I toss them in the freezer. You want to thaw them before you use them, and be sure to use any liquid that's released while they thaw. You want to include that in the recipe.
Gotcha.
So we're going to mash these up using a potato masher, and they practically mash themselves. They're so ripe like this.
Now, how smooth are you wanting it?
They can be a tiny bit chunky.
Okay.
I'd say that's good. You still see some banana chunks in there. That's fine. All right, so now let's add our other wet ingredients here. We have 2 eggs. Okay, next I have 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla is a really nice complement to the bananas. We'll just whisk that together. Okay, so that's nice and smooth. We'll set that aside. And now I'm going to work on some macadamia nuts. We're going to do sort of a tropical variation here with macadamia nuts and coconut.
You're saying all the right things.
I know. This is one of my, I think this might be my favorite nut. I love macadamia nuts. We just want to chop 1/3 cup. We're going to get some chunkier pieces and some finer pieces. That's okay.
And we've got some great variations on this recipe on our website.
All right, so there's our nuts. I'm going to mix them with 1/3 cup of toasted sweetened coconut. You just want to keep an eye on the coconut and the nuts when you're toasting them. Coconut in particular goes really fast.
Yes.
So let's mix that together. All right, let's save 2 tablespoons for the topping, so I don't forget. I'm going to take that out now. All right, so let's do our dry ingredients.
All right.
We're starting with 1 2/3 cup of bread flour.
Not all purpose.
No, we tried making these muffins with all-purpose flour, cake flour, and we really like the bread flour because it has absorptive properties. Remember, we're adding 1 1/4 pounds of bananas, so
Right.
this helped us produce a muffin that's not gummy. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. That will help with browning. Tablespoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Whisk that together. Okay, so we'll add our flour. And there goes our coconut and our nuts. Mix that together. Super easy. Now I have a pre-greased 12-cup muffin tin. We'll put a nice hefty scoop in each one.
I like that you're using a portion scoop. Those are really, really handy.
Yeah, it makes things easier. These are going to be pretty full, about a 1/2 cup. Now I have a tablespoon of sugar. I'm just going to sprinkle each one with some sugar. That'll make a nice crackly sweet topping. So now I'm putting that coconut and the nuts on top, just so when you offer these to people, they know exactly what's inside. All right, so these are ready to go into the oven now. And when we first started baking these, we were baking them at sort of a low temperature and we were coming out with domed tops. This metal baking pan is a very good conductor of heat energy, and that means that the bottoms and sides of the muffins, they cook very quickly, whereas the centers are cooler and they take more time to rise and form that nice pointed top.
Gotcha.
So raising the oven temperature to 425 helped to produce the nice peak tops that we wanted.
All right, and how long do they stay in?
14 to 18 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right, it's been 15 minutes.
Ooh, look at that. Come back here with those muffins.
Are those gorgeous or what?
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
You were not kidding. Stately, yes.
Oh, and they smell amazing. I know, look at those tops. All right, I'm just putting in a toothpick and you can see that comes out dry.
Lovely.
Perfect. So we'll let these cool for 10 minutes in the pan, then we'll take them out and let them cool for 5 minutes on the rack, and then we can give them a try. Okay, it's been 5 minutes.
Oh, I was really worried because I had to leave for a few minutes and I totally expected these all to be gone.
Do you think I would actually do that to you? Well,
I would have done it to you.
All right, let's enjoy this one. I have my eye on this one because it has extra sugar on top.
Still warm.
I like to break the muffin apart and just admire it and smell it.
All right, I'm going to do the same.
Yeah. Smells amazing. You can see how moist it is before you even taste it.
My mouth is actually watering. That is a banana muffin.
Oh, it's all about the banana. With a little bit of macadamia nuts in there, the crunchy sugar on top. You can taste the coconut.
A little bit of that coconut.
Too. Yeah. Amazing.
Start to finish, these are spectacular.
So glad you liked them.
If you want to make these big, beautiful muffins at home, peel and then mash very ripe bananas. Use bread flour for structure and add macadamias and coconut to the batter and the topping before baking. So from America's Test Kitchen, a definite taste of the tropics, banana muffins with coconut and macadamia. You can get this recipe and all the recipes from this season, along with product reviews and select episodes on our website. That's americastestkitchen.com/TV. Bold, beautiful, banana, big, Becky, Bridget.
If you're ready to take your cooking to the next level, head over to americastestkitchen.com and get a free trial of our ATK Essential membership. While you're there, you can sign up for our free email newsletters and download our app. So, what are you waiting for?